sorry. I've been working in the yard pretty much all day. I got off work at 11. I only worked like 6 to 11 today because it's Sunday. Oh, sorry. Right now it's like 6:30. So what was I saying? Oh, I worked like 6 a.m. to 11 today, and then I get off. I only work short shifts on Sundays just cause. Sometimes I work full shifts, but this week I only worked a short shift. So, and then I came home and pretty much have been outside since then. So I've been outside for about 6 hours. Cleaning and gardening and mowing and whatever else I've been doing. No, you're gonna hurt me. No, I'm gonna get up. I'm going to attempt to get up because I want to show you guys the gardens and how they're coming along. And I'm in the hammock, so I've got to get up to do that. So yeah, that's what I've done on this beautiful day, Sunday. All right, but enough of my chit chat from this angle. Let me flip the camera around and show you what the gardens look like now. Okay, this is my lovely front yard. No, just kidding. So I figured I'd start out front with the tree. So this is what, I really didn't do anything out here this morning except for I put these black river rocks in here. They're stones or rocks that Lacey wanted to paint but decided not to paint. So I don't know. I put them in these bricks because I figured it would fill the bricks and maybe I wouldn't get weeds in it. Whether I keep them there, I don't know. I don't really like it, but that's just me. So I hung the flag up that I've had the shed from last year today. But other than that, everything else is the same as it's been. It's just grown up, like my hostas are all growing. Front of the house. This catmint, guys, is insane. It's like out of control. I'm really glad I decided not to plant anything in these bricks here because I knew that this was going to grow over. I had originally done that because I didn't want it to grow up and block this, but this grew over this. But I do have some marigolds growing in these, and then the sunflowers in these. Now, again, the sunflowers on this side don't tend to do quite as well because it's a lot of shade on this side versus sun. Hosta down there is doing good. This is still kind of like a weed. I need to get some weeds and stuff out of here, but I don't know. This is, I think it's a rhododendron. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember. But I wasn't sure that it was going to come back, but it did, and it actually looks really good. But it gets the big puffball things. So if I'm saying it, if it's not a rhododendron, then somebody correct me and tell me what it is. I can't remember. One of my neighbors had actually planted it for us a couple years ago. These here, I know, are hibiscus, and I didn't think this was going to grow back either, but it is. Not as well as the other ones, but it's still coming back. This is one of my lilies. He got really tall. Over here, again, more marigolds, all coming up, all from seed. I have lilies in this pot, and then this is another one of the hibiscus, and that's actually doing really good. So hopefully we'll get some nice big flowers on him. And then of course the sunflowers on this side, which like I said, these ones are better because they get more sun. And then that's a sunflower too. So that's that part of the garden. All right, let's cross the fence. Voice. I have my hose hookup, so I'm really grateful that I have the splitter on that. So then I have a hose that runs down towards the back and one that's here. So this one I use to water everything up front, and then this one I use to do everything in the back. More lilies. Lilies spread like wildfire, So this at one point in time was one plant. Now it is, each one of these is a separate little plant. So, and then this one. And this is actually one of the ones that I transplanted from the one on my porch. That one and the one up front where the single ones are, I transplanted them. More marigolds growing. I mean, there's some clover in here too, but most of it's marigolds. And more marigolds, all growing, except for that one brick, which I don't know, but anyway. And then I couldn't remember what these were, but I think they're sunflowers. I think they're sunflowers. I think. I'm not 100% on that, but I think that's what they are. And then more lilies, and again, you can see how this pot's kind of overrun with all of these little, each one of these is a separate plant. Each year, they get seeds on them in the leaves, and then they drop off and more come back the next year. You hear the cat. But we should be getting some flowers soon. These are forget-me-nots. I've been saying morning glories. I don't know if that's the same thing or not, but the package that I found were forget-me-nots, and they're the seeds that came from the hospice center. So I might thin that out a little bit, maybe get some other pots and thin it out and put it in Greg's garden. This is a pumpkin. Actually, it's 4 pumpkins, but as you can see, they're getting huge. Another hibiscus, which I thought this was chalked up to nothing either, but it's coming up. More sunflowers, oh my gosh. More pumpkins. There's 1, 2, 3 in this pot. I thought there was 4. There is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 in each one. I hope they all, I didn't think they'd all take, but they did. So I'm hoping they all work out. You know, as they get bigger, I don't know if the root system is going to be too much. But these are really big pots, so I don't know. Marigolds, all the way down to the bricks, rocks. I didn't know what to do with these. Well, I kind of had a plan for these. They were supposed to be painted. That's why we bought them, was to paint them. But they didn't get painted. So I wasn't sure what to do with them. And I had them lined up here, but I didn't like it. And then somebody gave me an idea. So I have an idea for these, but I'm not sharing it yet. More pumpkins, 4 more pumpkins to be exact. Hibiscus. This is actually probably the best plant so far for the hibiscus. This one and the one out front. Our little succulent frog, he's doing good. And then we have Greg's garden. Anyway, sorry, I'm switching hands. Okay. So Greg's garden. I still have this fence up and this fence up because these sunflowers here, these really little baby looking ones, are the teddy bear sunflowers. This one on the end is not, but these in here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, I think, on this side, that are the teddy bears. And they're not growing near as fast as the rest of these guys are. I mean, as you can see down there, they're as tall as the fence now. Same thing over here. Oh, there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I had 9 of them that actually grew. No. 11, because there's 2 in there. Because those 2 are teddy bears too. So those are teddy bears and these are teddy bears, and I don't want the dogs running in and out of there because they'll trample them. These obviously are now taller than the boys, so for the most part, they can't do much damage on them. I got these little lights. This one's an angel. This one's a hummingbird. I don't know how many of you know that Greg really liked hummingbirds. He's actually got porcelain plates and stuff in there that are hummingbirds, and then a butterfly, and they light up at night. I also have, sorry, my fairy garden is under there the whole way around. I have the fairy stuff under there. I have more stuff to put in there actually. I just haven't gotten that far. Okay, clearly they don't know I'm filming. Filled up my bird feeder. I put that inside the garden. What else? So I think since I've shown you guys, or I might have shown you in one of the videos, but I redid the stone in here. This used to actually be an open garden that we planted stuff in with dirt, but it became too much to deal with. So we had covered it, I think with like boards or something one year, and I didn't like it. So I wanted to fill it with something so that I could just stick stuff on top of, like potted plants or so on and so forth. So that's why I went with the stone and sand last year. And then this year I freshened it up with a little bit bigger of a stone, but I really like it. It's easy to take care of. It's a little bit less than, I don't know, you guys can see I have a lot going on out here. A lot. There's one of my new cactuses. I can transplant him into a bigger container and he'll probably get bigger, but I kind of like him sitting there in the mermaid. Tried to transplant some succulents that were growing down there, like you can see some there, but I don't know. I have a cactus there. More lilies. I think when we originally bought these lilies, it was 3 years ago, and we started out with, I think, 4 lily plants. 4. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 just in this pot. And the ones that are single that I have pointed out up there and around the front came out of this pot. So that's, again, that's how much they spread. Which, though, I'm grateful, because once these bloom, like, there's a bloom, these are all blooms, those are all blooms, all of these are blooms. So once they bloom, it's gonna be really pretty. This cactus, he's doing pretty good. I'm thinking I'm gonna turn him though. He's getting kind of discolored, but he's very much alive. And he's very much double the size he was. Oh, look, bread. My neighbor made homemade bread in her bread machine and gave me some. Yay, like bread. Cactus. These are all, well, that one's new, that one's new, that one's new, I think, and then this one over here, that one's new. These two are not, so, but I planted them all in there in hopes that they will grow. Sunflower there. I cleaned up all this today, pulled all this out and weed whacked and did all that. There's 3 more sunflowers here, 2 more here. Tomato plants are doing really good. We have 1, 2 tomato plants in here. I have 2 in here and they're doing pretty good. And then I just have the 1 in here. I don't think that's a tomato plant. This is my zucchini. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plants growing. Did not think they were all going to take, but they did. And yeah, they're doing really well. And once they start winding up, I will guide them along the fences. Sunflower, which I'm going to assume is a mammoth because as big as he is. Another sunflower. Another sunflower. There's a sunflower there. I think that's it for sunflowers. And then this is a cucumber. this is a cucumber and that's a cucumber. And then finally, last but not least, more sunflowers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in here. This little guy, he got trampled earlier by the dogs. I took that white fence and put it here. So I like that better. It looks a lot better than the wire fence I had up, the chicken wire fence that I had up there. But yeah. All right, let me flip you back around. So that's it. That's my garden update. That's all I got for you today, guys. I loving it. It's freaking gorgeous out here. It's like 65. It's so nice. I need to figure something out for supper though. It's like 7 o'clock and I haven't eaten. So I really should do that. Oh, and then I have more, when I went to the Dollar Tree the other day, I got some more fairy houses for the garden. So this one's a pine cone. And then this one's a cactus. Really like this one. And then I got just some more like little fairies. I got some gnomes and some little aminals. Like there's an owl. There's another owl. There's a little hedgehog. And a turtle. So I gotta put those in the garden yet. But yeah, and then I'm going to hang the frog legs tonight yet. So maybe if I don't get this edited and posted before that, scraper, I will show you what those look like when it's dark. Alright, guys, and if I don't have that other clip, then I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!